Ooh, hey, wow. Snow is melting, guys, here in Wisconsin. We're doing the quick out the window weather update. Still clearly winter. We have some snow on the ground, but it's gonna be like 50 degrees today. Oh my goodness. What is the date today? I'll post it on the screen. Guys, without further ado, let's go in and check on the plants. There we go, guys. Now I remembered it's February 15th today. Guys, look at this. I've been absent for a couple weeks. There wasn't a lot to talk about really. And I was trying to get to an exciting goal for us for a video. And you know what, guys? I think we might have done it. So we're gonna see if we accomplished that milestone in this video. So let's get into it. So this, if you're new to my channel in this little series, I'm part of an indoor giant growing competition. So it takes place from November 1st to April 1st, and there's 4 categories. We were growing 3 different categories, and now I'm down to just 1 category. So the tomato I never got a pollination on, so that one I've got rid of a while ago. The beet I harvested now. So we got a decent sized beet in basement storage for the competition. I'll probably enter that when we weigh the watermelon. And the main category that I was excited about from the beginning was the giant watermelon category. So this is a Carolina cross giant watermelon. And it's a very exciting plant to try to grow indoors, and definitely a massive challenge. So the main goal was to win the competition, of course, but we don't know what everybody else might have. I haven't even seen a picture of another pollinated watermelon yet, so I don't know. There's probably some out there. I know the current world record is 64.37. I think in the past videos I said 67 pounds, but I double checked it. The current world record for indoor watermelon is 64.37. And that same person, Alex, he's in Russia, is growing in this competition. So, guys, we had a major secondary goal to beat his world record. And you know what? I think we might have done it. We're going to get a weight today and see if we pulled ahead of his world record. But we can't stop there, because we don't know what he has. He's probably beating his own world record, and he's trying to win the competition. So we're not going to slow down even for a second, but we're going to check if we're over the current world record today, and we're going to just keep on trucking. So yeah, there's no other plants to look at. I'll add it. Let me see if I have a couple pictures of the harvest of the beet. I'll post them on the screen. Yeah, hopefully I took a couple pictures. I don't know why I didn't video it that time. I just did it quick and wasn't too worried about it. But we do have an entry at least for the giant beet, which is cool. Okay, let's check in on the plant, guys. Look at how great this plant still looks. It actually looks better now than it did 2 weeks ago. I'll try to explain what I think was happening. Like, I don't know. I basically stopped feeding it any type of granular. So like your water soluble, let me open this up. So like Master Blend, stuff like this, or Schultz or Miracle-Gro is like kind of chemical and salt based water soluble granular fertilizers. But you know, a big plant like this in a small pot, that might be a 35-gallon pot hiding back there, you can very easily have some kind of lockup happen from too much buildup of salts and stuff. So I kind of had that in mind the whole time. But at one point, the plant looked a little tired. All the growth tips stopped. You know, all the new growth, it all kind of pulled back and just became little clusters of buds, which is usually normal in like a giant pumpkin plant when everything's going into the fruit. So I thought that was, you know, just how it had to be on a small plant like this. And it was starting to get a little more yellow looking. I tried to notice the tiniest little changes, you know. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It's just, it's taken a lot out of it to try to grow fruit indoors like this. But what I did then is I stopped with all of that granular, you know, salt-based chemical fertilizer, and I switched to just these. We've got the Alaskan fish, Neptune's Harvest seaweed, and Companion Max. This has some really cool stuff in it. Is that bacillus, I think, bacteria beneficial? And a tiny bit, once in a while, I still do a little bit of this Super Thrive Foliage Pro just for micro and macros. But mainly, I'm just going with this and sometimes just water. But what happened when I switched back to just them organic ones, the plant greened up. It started the growth tips again. So these growth tips that were completely stalled out started again, which was wild. So that's going to translate into faster growth for Melanie here. That's the name of the melon, by the way. So we're actually going to be getting brand new leaves. We are. I see all kinds of new growth tips all over. We're getting new fresh leaves to replace some of the older tired leaves. And it's absolutely incredible. And toward the end, when we're down to like, I think we have like 30, we have a little over 30 days to go, 35 days. I think it depends when we harvest it, I guess, but we have over 30 days to go, and we have a lot more growing we could do. Toward the very end, I will tip off all the growth so everything can just go straight into the fruit. But I wanted to explain that all because the plant is actually looking better than ever, nearly better than ever, even in its older age. And the fruit growth is following suit. We're getting really nice growth. Are you guys ready to see, Melanie, the possible world record? Look at this beautiful watermelon. It's hard to see. Everything always looks small on the GoPro because it's a really wide angle camera. Let me put my foot by it, maybe. Can you guys see my foot? Look at this. It's just an absolute beautiful melon. Obviously, we still got the pear shape going because, I don't know, just maybe the way it pollinated. But this is all, you know, really nice. Up here, we got a little bit of like the cantalouping. It's a little like lighter colored. So I hope nothing weird happens with this section. But see, can you guys see that little texture of cantalouping? It's like this part is stretching, even though it maybe didn't get fully pollinated or something. But there we go. That's how she looks. Let me step back and get the whole view. My printers are going, so it's a little distracting or a little noisy, but there we go. That's the setup. So if you're new to this channel, we got two 320 watt Farm Light brand LEDs, full spectrum, really nice. And a smaller Farm Light one there. I forgot, maybe a I don't even remember. A 200 something watt over there, I think that is for the over the pot. I you know, like I've said in my other videos, I train the vines upwards around the edge to kind of cradle in and trap all the light. So we're really getting the most light we can out of these fixtures. And it's working, guys. It's just turned into a balancing act of gentle feeding so nothing gets out of whack with the plant. The pot is drinking about 5 gallons of water a day. I give it 2.5 gallons twice a day, and probably about a half gallon onto the leaves, or a little less. No, probably around a half gallon. I wet the leaves multiple times, and I'm also fertilizing the leaves very gently. Today I was doing, well, no, yesterday I was doing fish on the leaves in a very small amounts. And I'll do probably seaweed on the leaves today in very small amounts as a foliar feed. So, and as you can see, I've been foliar feeding the entire year or entire grow, and the leaves are perfectly fine, not burnt because of how the LEDs run cool compared to some other types. So that obviously helped this whole grow. So guys, without further ado, I'll show you, I put some seat belts under the melon. So we got two We got 2 seatbelt straps here just kind of tied. I have the crane scale. This is what I came up with, the easiest way to weigh it. We can just hook them straps on the crane scale, and I can pick up the melon very carefully, not to disturb the, you know, the vine. We don't want any stress on the vine. But I'm going to put you guys on the tripod, and let's get a weight on this thing. On Friday, it was 64 pounds, and the world's record is 64.37. So let's check it out. Let's see if we got it, guys. I guarantee we do, because the circumference has been growing a ½ inch a day. So, all right, I'll get you guys set up. Okay, I'm not 100% if you guys are going to be able to see the scale. I don't know what way it's going to be, but we'll just try it here. Okay, turn it on the scale. We're going to hook the 2 belts. Easy as that. I'm going to make sure... Oh, yeah, I can probably... Well... I might be able to show the weight. I'll try to. I know what I could do, guys. We're going to put you in the back here. We want you to be able to see the scale. Here, let's put you guys right here. Okay. We got it. We got it. New world record time. Okay, we got a Beet 64.37. Still going to be hard to see, maybe. Okay, I'm going to zero it. Are we recording? Yep. Okay, I'm going to zero it for the weight of the belts. All right, now I'm going to try to pick it up. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. I can't see it. Is that 67? Is that 67? Oh my gosh, it's heavy. 67. I think that was 67, wasn't it? Holy cow. That's heavy, guys. I was picking it up a little awkward out in front of myself. Okay, we didn't do any vine stress. Nothing bad like that. So there we go, guys. We are well over the world record and on our way to winning, hopefully. Like I said, the world record holder at present is probably got a big one too growing. Maybe I'll try to message him and act like I'm a curious observer of the competition. I'll be like, hey, do you got a little melon growing there, sir? So awesome. I'm so happy. What a cool, fun project. And we're just going to keep it going, guys. Hopefully what's nice is there's no insects in here. So nothing's getting pollinated. So I hope I don't find a watermelon in here somewhere. But I have seen a couple females come back on now that the plant has started picking up growth again. But there we go. That's the update. We're going to set a new goal now. Let's see how close we can get to 100 pounds, or let's see if we can get to 100 pounds. I mean, you might as well set a new goal. We already hit our world record goal. So let's try to get to 100 pounds. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll probably see you maybe in 2 weeks. I'll do another video, and we'll keep it growing. All right, bye-bye. Here, smell this.